Hey guys, welcome to the channel. How is it going? So today in this video we are going to talk about the web novel chapter 212, and let me tell you that this story is connected to our previous videos. Make sure you watch it. Now without wasting time, let's begin the video. Sue and Laplace squared off against each other, grasping for each other's openings. They fell into a deadlock after several bouts of offense and defense in the blink of an eye. All of Laplace's unseen knives that were thrown toward Sue in the beginning had pierced Sue's body. Laplace thought that he had killed Sue with his surprise attack, but it was no more than a parallel existence that Sue had created. Sue is being cautious. Regardless of whether or not he will lose or win and whether or not the enemy is superior or inferior, Sue didn't let his guard down. Laplace prepared several knives in his hand while shaking his head in disappointment. He pursued the presence of the Sue's main body while killing all of the created mirror images. He analyzed the magic power wave that Sue releases and might be said that he memorized it. One of the clones exploded at the same time as it repelled Laplace's knife. It seemed to be a bomb which disguised as a knife. And in addition to that, it's spirit bomb. Having all of 7 attributes, it's an object that contains the omnipotent attribute to counter the demonic and the holy attributes. He. Since Nissan's attribute is omnipotent attribute, I have received a bit of it. All of the knives have been already camouflaged by Laplace's unique skill deceiver. Or rather, only his word is feigned, all of the knives are spirit bomb. Without hesitation, he intended to kill Sue. Foo. Surround me, you say? Such thing will be not significant if I can transfer. While Sue says so, he transfers with space control. That's all according to Laplace's plan. Ha ha ha. Well, cause of your defeat is that ye didn't notice my puppet strings which had wrapped ye around. Laplace wraps the knife with his puppet strings and let it twine around Sue. Not only just that, he linked the knife with the other knives, which were flying nearby, and set it to react to the movement of the other clones. Hypothetically, if Sue didn't use his transfer ability, there would be no problem even if Sue come charging while ignoring the spirit bombs, because even if most of this audience hall got blown away, it would be easy to retrieve his comrade that is Tyr and Footman and to escape. Laplace fiddled with the timing of the explosion as it was not a problem for him. After all, with his unique skill seer, he could see it clearly Sue's figure being swallowed up by the explosion. Without hesitation, Laplace began his attack with conviction that he could surely kill Sue. Laplace laughs loudly, pleased that his plan would end well. Sorry, it's a bad place for you to be pleased so much, but let's end this soon. Laplace heard a cold voice from his back. And then, he cannot hide his surprise as a straight sword stuck out from his chest. Laplace can't understand what happened. This can't be. He could do nothing but to speak such stupid word. It was simple when the truth was revealed. Sue from the beginning concealed his main body in the darkness. It was not his main body which was surrounded by the bombs, it was only one of his parallel existence. Without any sign of naivety like Benimaru, that's Sue's way of fighting. But, geez. I never think that my younger brother would get so easily killed like this. Younger brother, you say? Mew? In response of the bloodthirst, Sue jumped aside from that spot. With the eyes which foresee everything, he sensed a danger simultaneously with an uncomfortable feeling. At the same time, the knife which stuck in Laplace's corpse was scattered by the explosion of the body. If his evasion was a bit late, Sue would rolled up in the explosion and would not come out unharmed. Just kidding, Tilda. Did you really think that I have a younger brother? To tell you truth, I have a similar ability as ye too. The truth is, just like you I had thought today a surprise attack, but that won't be good, hence I reveal myself. Well, it's been a while. For my clone to be killed. Laplace spouts lies brazenly while preparing his surprise attack. He narrows his eyes and smiles. Well then, it's been a long time since I rampaging seriously. For underestimating me, I'll show ye a painful experience. It's time for ye to be prepared. It's you who need to be prepared. You need to stop the foolish delusions such as you defeating me, and you should immediately return to the darkness. And the two people fought each other and their fight reached a deadlock. Benimaru and Kazaream had broken through the barrier which Misery had set up and also the city barrier, the two were now having a battle airspace high above. Kazaream begins to violently attacking Benimaru, taking the advantage of his enormous energy. His ultimate skill was means for that. Kazaream made Benimaru consume his energy by effectively releasing his ability. No. He was under impression that he did so. Well, how's it? You can't counterattack? What happened with your condescending attitude from before? Kazaream, who relied fully on his power, concentrated his energy to his fists and hits Benimaru repeatedly. He was able to see that Misery, who had been preaching before, was a worthless existence who could only receive a single blow from him. Kazaream thought that there was no reason for him to lose if himself was above in both quantity and the quality of the energy. In fact, he succeeded in offsetting Leon's holy strike and even Misery's demon power equally and adding a counterattack. And, as one of the 4 fiends of the heavenly commanders who have the strongest power, Kazaream thought that there was no other existence that's more superior than himself. What happened? Are you unable to do anything when I get serious? When you realized about my power, it has already be too late, you see. What a fool. If you didn't obstruct me, you would have been able to live a little longer. I want to see Leon's crying face without any delay, so I will kill you soon. Kazaream was about to finish off Benimaru while laughing evilly. Kazaream was convinced that his ability is the strongest and doesn't have weakness. Therefore, he was too overconfident with his ability. That's why he didn't notice. His attacks didn't do any damage to Benimaru. Aura. How's that? Moreover, Kazaream was getting carried away. Shut up. The fist that Benimaru threw hit Kazaream's face. Blah. Just with that one blow, it had robbed most of Kazaream's consciousness. Kazaream turned his gaze to Benimaru with his eyes opened wide in astonishment. While looking like he's pitying Kazaream, Benimaru pointed out the reality. Your attacks doesn't work against me at all, you see. So he said. Kazaream couldn't understand the meaning behind Benimaru's word. Don't be joking. Well, what a stupid thing to say. Ha, what a shrewd guy. I won't get deceived by such foolish lie. He unreasonably interpreted the fact on his own. Then, he condensed his energy with the maximum output in both his hands and took a stance toward Benimaru. You're finished. Even if I fall into your tricks, you would be hopeless in front of my absolute power. How unfortunate, a fool won't understand it. Grinning and sprouting a smile, Kazaream regained his composure and felt the reliable power in both of his hands. Well then, goodbye. If you want to resent your own powerlessness. Arc depression, ruler's melancholy. What he had shot out was a dreadful energy wave that could be called his holy demonic wave cannon, which would rapidly exhaust the target's energy. Even with speed surpassing dozens of times the speed of sound, it might be impossible to avoid it, and that sure-kill wave was rushing towards Benimaru. But, there was no change in Benimaru's expression. With his cherished katana guren in his hand, he calmly took a stance. Do you know? Speed is power. In other words. Swinging his beloved katana, Benimaru warded off Kazaream's sure-kill attack and nullified it with his rebirth flame. He could have counterattacked, but he deliberately held back. Because he was going to kill Kazaream with the next attack. Huh? Kazaream, who opened his eyes wide to their limits, was astonished. He witnessed an impossible spectacle in front of his eyes, and his mind can't catch up with it. Well, such a dull attack of yours can't reach me, you know. In other words, it means that your attack can't affect me. There's one thing I can praise you for, you were certainly superior than me only in the total amount of power. But, if it's about the quality, I'm overwhelming superior than you. Just that. Can you understand it? Then, die. Prominence acceleration. Kazaream's movement stopped as he was too astonished and had entered a panic state, received Benimaru's special attack. The black sunlight, which took the shape of an oriental dragon, swallowed half of Kazaream's body while moving as if it has its own will. The quality was exactly like Benimaru had stated, the nature of the released energy was so terrifying, like a tyrant. The reason was because the nihility energy that his adored and respected master, the great demon lord Rimuru, has. Some of Rimuru's subordinates had approached to the nihility nature of Rimuru through the soul's corridor. Therefore, it wasn't weird for Benimaru to offsetting Kazaream's attack, which had the holy and demonic attributes. It was blocked by Benimaru's energy, which superior in quality, and the attack was nullified. Although it can't be compared with Rimuru the originator, as the original was moving in super high speed and had enhanced energy, it was still a finishing move. In all aspects, it may be said that Benimaru was skillful. TCH. I still can't control it perfectly yet. Benimaru grumbled. Although he had no complaint about the power, the accuracy didn't go as he wanted, The technique was a technique in which Rimuru instructed Benimaru to imitate cardinal acceleration, which was the ultimate attack of the scorched dragon Velgrind. Unlike Velgrind, who was a high-density spiritual lifeform by nature, it was still premature for Benimaru to master it, seeing that he had just finished evolving. But, Benimaru's ability was the ultimate skill-blazing Sun Lord Amaterasu, with light and heat control, acceleration, as the ability's crux. There were still a lot of things which he could learn from Velgrind's ability. Or rather, it's just my guess, but I think I inherited the ability that Rimuru-sama acquired from Velgrind-sama. Benimaru comprehended. And, Zijin, Ranga and the other, might have inherited the ability from Veldora-sama. As for Diablo, that guy seemed to inherit a direct ability from Rimuru-sama. So, he remembered the opponent he engaged in desperate struggles inside the labyrinth for many times. Using the labyrinth characteristic where they can't die, Benimaru and Diablo had performed real combat trainings over and over again. The result was his complete defeat on every match. Aside from places the public can watch, such as the tournament, Diablo never holds back against his opponent. Although it's good that I had a glimpse of the end of his strength, that fellow, I'll beat him someday. Kufafufafu. Benimaru felt a bit unpleasant as he remembered Diablo's loud laugh. While forcibly making himself agree to it, Benimaru moved his gaze to Kazaream, who fell down and went towards him to deliver the final blow. So guys, this was all for today's video. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.